Hello and good afternoon from the new Bucks Head Stadium here in Telford. I'm Shaun Cashmore, next to me is Craig Barnes, and you join us for this eagerly anticipated Southern League Premier Central Division playoff. It's AFC Telford United versus Leamington. Both of these sides come into this playoff final following victories on Wednesday night in the semis. Leamington talking on Redditch United side at Yokota Community Stadium in a game that had the league's two best defences on show, and the game played out as one would expect from that sort of defensive form on display. It's fair to say that although both teams toiled during the 90 minutes, it was a game with few clear-cut chances and the occasional half chance, but it was a game that always seemed like it was heading for extra time, and so it duly obliged. Into the second half of extra time the game went, and the deadlock was finally broken. With penalties starting to loom, Jack Edwards stole in to bundle the ball in from the rebound into the net and into the delight of the majority of the home support behind that goal. The Breaks held on and secured their spot in this afternoon's final. In the case of Telford United, they've been one of, if not the best team in the second half of the regular season. Since Christmas, they've been marching their way up the league and finished second, only 3 points behind league winners Needham Market. On Wednesday night, Telford welcomed Mickleover Sports, who were bemoaning their luck, having received a late 12-point deduction, meaning they scraped into the playoffs themselves on the last day and had to take on the Bucks here at the new Bucks Head. These two sides have met so many times down the years. Of course, they came down together from the National League North last year, and for one of these two teams, it will be an immediate return to the league they fell from. But this year, Leamington welcomed Telford to Yokota Community Stadium back in October, where the teams played out a 1-1 draw. More recently, at the start of April, they met here at the new Bucks Head in a game that Telford dominated from start to finish, in all honesty. And the Breaks will need a lot more concise, creative and resolute performances across the pitch today if they're to come out on top at the end of today's proceedings.
Remember, Rushall were the victors in this fixture last year, seeing off Nuneaton Borough. Whittall was playing that one, as did Will Sherrock for us and Kyle Storer, who was on the Nuneaton side that day.
Theo Street just steps in and tries to send the ball down the line, but it's tucked up by Dinanga. Dinanga, he's got help on the left-hand side. For come Telford over on the far side with Walker. Remy Walker held up by Meredith. Good ball though, back to Dinanga. Dinanga inside the edge of the area. Brown has a go, puts it wide. Telford start quickly down that left-hand side. Really neat play by both Walker and Dinanga. They laid it in towards the edge of the box, and there came Montel Gibson. Couldn't quite get the shot on target though. Puts it wide. First shotting anger of the afternoon.
Well, first real warning for us there, and Gibson was in a lot of space. No one went to close him down. I think he should have thought he probably should have done better.
Storer tried to lay one into Miles. He tried to switch a play and it didn't really work out. It didn't work all the way through towards Fox, and Landers puts Fox under pressure, but in the end Nathan Fox does really well to send it down the line, and now they could try and spring away. And in the middle is Gibson towards the edge of the area. He's got Ndanga on the right hand side. Gibson's going to try and go his own, but really good tracking back from Dan Meredith. He just managed to do enough to put Gibson off his stride. Gibson had the number 9 of Brown on the right hand side in all sorts of space and never used him, and they may come back to rue that missed opportunity because they broke forward with intent. It was Dinanga on the left-hand side. He had Gibson in space. He had Brown further over. In the end, Montel Gibson decided to go himself, and he just put it over the top of the crossbar.
Nearly 8 minutes in, and it's been an interesting start, hasn't it? Telford have grown into the game, had a couple of chances. Leamington, I think, can also look quite a threat from an attacking point of view as well, though.
Meredith chips one forward into space, really well spotted by the back line of Telford and headed away from danger. Now they try and hold it up on halfway. Edwards steps in for the challenge but doesn't win it, and now there's space down this right hand side for Brown again. Brown shapes up Quainer. Great challenge by Quainer. Telford will pick up the loose ball. Sherrock comes back goal side of Miles and manages to win the ball, then clears it away left footed. Williams went down, no foul. Storer picks up the loose ball. It's ping ball in the middle of the Leamington half, but now it's eventually picked up by Callum Stewart. Stewart has Sherrock overlapping on the left hand side. Can't quite make an angle to pick him out. Here's Walker, neat in towards Williams. Williams might just get to the loose ball, does, and now Stewart bears down on goal. Callum Stewart finds Landers on the right hand side. Landers into the area, onto his left foot, didn't get the shot away, still has it. Stewart, unlucky. Shot on target by Callum Stewart, shot on goal by Callum Stewart, but it was tame, and Henry Landers, he had the real key opportunity as he was freed up on the right hand side. He didn't take the opportunity first time. He tried to chop back onto his left foot, and in the end Telford managed to stifle the Leamington attack.
Callum Stewart had all the time in the world to stick that away in the back of the net, but just couldn't get any venom behind his shot, and it was comfortably saved.
Edwards climbed on, but nothing doing. Walker on the edge of the box. Walker in towards Gibson. Gibson back to Walker. Here's space on the right-hand side for Brown. In towards the 18-yard box. Stabbed away by Evans. Let on the edge of the box and then chipped back into trouble. Pings around. No one can clear it. Theo Street puts in a great challenge from a Denanga effort. Quainer heads it away. It'll be collected by Remy Walker again. Walker left-footed curler towards the far post. It's wide. What a challenge though by Theo Street, because I think it was Denanga who had a real clear opportunity on goal, and Theo Street threw his body into the mix and made sure that the shot wasn't on target.
He did, yeah. He was a few moments earlier got caught out by pace, didn't he? But there's no doubt when you've got a defender that you want to try and get in the way to cause, to get blocks, be in a good defensive position. Theo Street's your man, time and time again this season, and he was there again from a Leamington persuasion to get it away from danger.
Hawkins long up towards Edwards. Edwards beaten in the air by the big centre-back of Sam Whittle, and now Telford have it over on the far side, but it's won by Meredith. Meredith gets away from his man and rides the challenge that came back at him as well. He's got Landers for support, keeps on going down the line, persevering as ever. Dan Meredith chips it in towards the edge of the box, but there was no one there. It'll be picked up by Ellis Brown on this right-hand side. Brown doesn't want to give Sherrock the run this time, so goes back towards his right-back support of Miles in towards Gibson. Good turn away from Walker by Gibson. He's got support on the right hand side with Denanga. Rides a challenge. Gibson has a go. Really good effort. Great play as well by Montel Gibson. He opened the scoring in the playoff semi-final versus Bickle on Wednesday night, and he managed then to get all the way towards the edge of the Leamington box before he unleashed his shot, but it was at least a yard wide of Callum Hawkins' far post. I
think he tried to catch Hawkins out there, didn't he? He just dragged it really just a little bit wide, but an instinctive shot really, and just wide.
Hawkins then up towards the heads. Leamington won't win it in the air because they're not blessed with height up top. And in the end, they pick up the second ball with Edwards, and now Sherrock just a little bit laboured in his running, really, Sherrock, and Telford pick up the loose ball. Brown infield, space, tries to stab one in towards Gibson. Gibson turns neatly. Gibson tries to get the ball out of his feet. Gibson still travelling, fakes the shot. Here's Gibson, cross goal, really good block by Evans. Hawkins tried to stop it from going behind for a corner, didn't manage it. Telford will have a corner on the right hand side, but again, Montel Gibson just shows how he gets that scoring form from. He always seems to create 2 or 3 yards for himself, and he did so on multiple occasions there. Once on the edge, then he went again, dropped a shoulder on Rob Evans, managed to get the shot away, but it was really well blocked in the end from the retreating Evans, and Telford will have a corner on this right hand side. Telford with the corner, they swing it in towards the far post. Hawkins just managed to get a glove on it. Penley chips it back goalwards into the side netting. Half the ground thought it was in. Penley just tried to lob it back over Hawkins, who came and managed to get a hand on the corner, and in the end, Orrin Penley's effort goalwards was into the side netting.
Yeah, it's overhit cross originally, wasn't it? Then when Hawkins came, got hold of it first time around, but then when it came back in, side net as you say. And one of those situations where, depending on where you are in the ground, you either think you've scored or you know it's straight into the side netting.
Street, Evans sends one crossfield towards Sherrock, well measured. Sherrock picks it up, booed by the home fans. He's become the villain all of a sudden, the pantomime villain for winning a free kick, as he gives it towards Quainer. Quainer in towards the edge of the box where Stewart collects. Stewart just bundled off it by a good challenge by Penley. And then as they try and break away, Adam Walker comes back and puts in a really good challenge on Brown. Good challenges going in, and good consistency again from referee Richard Holmes, who's also having a good game. Street, Landers, back to Street as well. Leamington fans in fine voice again. Callum Stewart offloads towards Landers, back towards Stewart on the edge. Stewart gets the shot away, good save, comes back towards Sherrock, off the line. It'll go out for a throw-in on the far side. It may have come off the post. Brandon Hall got down to it with a big right hand, and as it fell towards Sherrock, he tried to put one in towards the near post. I think it came off the post, and it's gone all the way out for a throw-in. And Leamington will have a throw-in again, and again Paul Holland I think is happy in how his Leamington side are defending those dangerous areas when Telford try and get in behind the back four.
I think the two Telford centre-backs are finding Callum Stewart an absolute pest this afternoon. He's just he's given them no inch. Obviously Whittle has been booked for the foul on him, and Penley looks a little bit hurried as well
Stewart now towards the edge of the area. Stewart beats one challenge, beats two. Stewart now towards the dead ball line. Good save by Hall. Callum Stewart rode 2 or 3 challenges, twisted and turned inside the penalty area, got it onto his left foot. Brandon Hall got a big left foot out just to make sure that he prevented the ball ending up in the back of his own net. Telford go long. Montel Gibson's offside. It'll be a free kick, but again, it was really good play by Leamington. They decided to try and work the ball in towards Callum Stewart, who you said a second ago, Craig, was just being a pest, and again, he used that pest-like persistence just to beat 2 or 3 challenges that came in on him, and then he got his shot off low, but Brandon Hall was wise to it. As you can tell from the crowd chants around us, that was Callum Hawkins with a goal kick, and now a bit of head tennis inside the Telford half. Landers picks it up, Landers brought down, we play on. Telford are going to break with Walker. Williams tries to get back at him. Walker offloads only as far as Piggott, but Piggott gives it away towards Dan Evans at the back for the breaks. Evans tries to send one into a dangerous area for Stewart, but it's cut out by Telford down the right-hand side, and here comes Brown. Brown inside the Leamington half, carries on making tracks. Backed up by Miles back in towards the number 9 of Brown again. Brown now into a dangerous area inside the area for Piggott. Piggott towards the far post. Overhead acrobatics from the number 10. Montel Gibson. Couldn't get it on target though. The crowd appreciate what they saw. It was well worked by Telford over on the right hand side as they played it towards the far post. Montel Gibson, ball slightly behind him, tried the acrobatics, couldn't get it on target. Telford send players forward from the back then for this corner that will be delivered by their number 7, Remy Walker. Box is packed. Walker stands over it. Right-footed delivery. Good delivery towards the far post. Hopkins can't get there. Stenson came into the far post. Landers may have just done enough to put him off. It stays 0-0. Stenson couldn't quite guard it on target. So Leamington have a corner and Telford only have 10 men to defend it. Meredith back on halfway. He's the last man back for the breaks as Shorrock stands over this corner. They're just a little bit unorganised, Telford. There's plenty of waving and arms going along in and around the penalty area. Can Shorrock get the delivery right? Takes it right-footed from the far side in towards the near post. Flick goalwards in towards Edwards. Street, can he get it out of his feet? Peels for handball. Evans has a go. Also blocked. Quainer has to make sure he gets it back into a dangerous area and does it towards the far post. Williams! Ewan Williams turns it home. Bedlam in the away end. Ewan Williams scores the goal that may just be important to take Leamington back up to the National League North. 72 minutes on the clock and the Leamington fans are in delirium behind Brandon Hall's goal. It was worked back in by Quainer all the way to the far post. Appeals for offside, but Ewan Williams just ghosted into the far post and touched it through the legs of Brandon Hall. It's Leamington 1, Telford United 0.
You called it, Shaun. You said Telford were going to be a little bit defensively disorganised with Pendley off the pitch. It came into the near post, and there was Ewan Williams, the hero at the moment, that is proving the difference between the sides.
Absolute bedlam in the away end. Leamington have got their noses in front in the playoff final, and it's Ewan Williams, 19 years of age, bought in from Coleshill Town during the season. He's been ever consistent, he's been ever energetic, he's got his 4th goal in a break shirt, and this may just be the most important one he's scored. It's going to be a throw into Telford over on the far side, and they take it quickly, and the Leamington fans are having an absolute party to our right hand side behind that goal. They're having a great day out. Whittle back towards his goalkeeper Hall. The Telford fans just a little bit subdued, a little bit shell shocked here at the new Buckshead Arena. Down the line it goes. Stenson, the referee plays the advantage. There was a foul over on the far side. Stenson just tries to bundle into Shorrock. Quainer brought down. Again, the challenges fly in. Williams steps in as well. Certainly no one shirking a challenge. Confirmation, it was Landers and Stenson in the book. Back he goes, does Pendley towards his goalkeeper Hall. Hall will clear right-footed. Up towards Stenson. Evans beats Stenson in the air. Falls down towards goal scorer Williams. Williams just tried to offload towards Walker, but in step Brown, and now they'll lay it out from the back. Whittle on this left-hand side, collected by Ellis. Brown again. Forward come the Bucks. Brown rides the first challenge in towards the edge of the area, collected by Dinanga. Dinanga towards the far post. Nobody there. It'll be recycled by Miles. Miles over on the right-hand side, onto his right foot. Finds Remy Walker on the edge. Walker stands up. Shorrock. Walker has a go over the top of the crossbar. No danger. Again, Callum Hawkins was more than happy to watch that one over the top.
Yes, comfortably over. Walker, I think, looks the most likely for Telford, but you're just a little bit speechless at the moment. Just take him a breath. watching the Leamington fans behind the goal, several of them with their shirts off, waving them in the air.
Telford will have a free kick. You're listening to us on Breaks Live FM here from the new Bucks Head. It is Telford 0, Leamington 1. The goal coming from Ewan Williams. Leamington have 5 minutes to see this out of regular time. Ball in towards the area. Gibson! Over the top of the bar. Montel Gibson should score for Telford. Long ball forward into an area. Gibson beat his man. All he had to do was get the header on target, and he's put it over the top of Callum Hawkins' crossbar. Golden opportunity for Telford, missed by Montel Gibson.
And you look around New Bucks Head and there's so many Telford fans with their mouth just open, just thinking, how the heck hasn't he not got that goalwards? Because you're absolutely right, he seemed destined to score, but got it over, not on target.
Forward comes Telford again. Now it's time for the Alamo. Forward they go. Whittle headed around by Stenson into the area, in towards Denanga. Denanga can't get his shot off. Fox will work it back in again. Fox towards the dead ball line, gets his cross in towards the near post, cleared away by Meredith, only as far as the number 11 of Piggott. Piggott swings it in again towards the far post. There's a header by Penley. It's just wide. They want a corner. It's going to be a goal kick. Really good ball in by Piggott. Penley climbed, couldn't get it on target. 7 minutes for Leamington to secure their fate. Back they go towards Hall. The crowd are up again. They like that added time of 7 minutes. Forward it goes, up towards Whittle. Whittle heads it down, only as far as Theo Street. Collected by Gibson on the left-hand side. Gibson looks to try and shape and get his cross in. Marshalled by Meredith. He comes back towards the edge where Piggott is waiting. Piggott again has Fox in space on this left-hand side. Fox thought about the first-time cross. Now he'll try and take on Ewan Williams. Ewan Williams stands him up, but he still gets his cross in. Headed away by the newly introduced Joe Clark. Leamington are very deep. Piggott picks it up on halfway. Again, Fox in space on this left-hand side. Crossed in towards the far post again. Evades everyone. Can it be kept in play by Miles over on the far side? Yes, it can. Miles back in towards 7 of Walker. Walker towards the edge. Headed away by Adam Walker. Headed further away by Ewan Williams. Barnett didn't climb for it. Headed back forward by Whittle. And again, Telford will collect it at the back. Kerr now with the captain's armband, chips one forward in towards the box. Penley climbs, heads it towards the penalty spot, headed away out of danger by Edwards. Collected over on the far side by Miles. Miles drills one towards the far post. 2 Telford players climb for the same ball. I think it was Denanga and Stenson. Neither of them called for it. They got in each other's way. They headed it over the top.
And I can see Rob Evans over at the far side as well, just getting his breath. It's all going on really.
Everybody forward. The last man back is the goalkeeper Hall. That's where the throw-in goes. Hall's going to send a long ball forward in towards the penalty area. Edwards climbs on the edge of the box. Williams tries to win the loose ball. Stenson comes out with it. Stenson on the edge. Great challenge from Ewan Williams just to close down Matt Stenson. Works back in by Piggott. High into the area. Barnett comes. Great header by Tyrone Barnett. Gets it out of trouble. Back it's going to come though. Fox left-footed cross in towards the penalty area. Headed away again by a blue shirt. Again though, the white shirts of the Bucks will come straight back at them. It's back to their keeper Hall. He'll angle one down the line. Only as far as Quainer, who puts his foot right through it. Tries to free up Stewart. Headed down by Hall. He's almost playing sweeper-keeper. He's given away to Ewan Williams. Ewan Williams brought down. Hall's going to scamper back after it. No free kick given. Still we play on. Hall bowls it out towards Fox on this left-hand side. It's all action. Hall swings it in towards a dangerous area. Evans lets it bounce. It's going to be collected by Miles over on the far side. Last throws of the dice now for Telford. Miles comes forward. Brought down by Quainer. Silly challenge to make over on that far side by Quainer. He didn't need to make it. And now he has really put Leamington in trouble. Dangerous free kick. Level with the edge of the angle of the penalty area on the far side. Telford will throw everyone at this. We're in the 97th minute. Fox whips it in towards the far post, headed goalwards. Hawkins comes to try and collect the loose ball, claims it above their heads, roars by the Leamington fans to our right-hand side. Hawkins grasps it gratefully to his chest. Leamington defend the free kick well.
He did brilliantly there, Callum Hawkins. Watched it all the way around a sea of bodies, both white and blue bodies, all desperate to try and get their heads to the ball. There was Callum Hawkins.
And that's it! Leamington are playoff final winners. They run towards the fans over on the far side. Scenes of chaos in the away end. Leamington have came out on top in the playoff final. Ewan Williams has taken them back to the Promised League of the National League North. There's some fans on the pitch. All the Leamington fans go towards the away end. The Telford players are distraught. They fall to their knees. It just hasn't been enough for them this afternoon. Paul Holleran has pulled a rabbit out of the hat once more. He takes Leamington back to the National League North. Leamington have won the playoff final. It's Telford 0, Leamington 1. A big fist pump from Paul Holleran. The fans behind that goal absolutely love it. And next to me as well, we have Paul Edwards, the Breaks press officer. A quick word from Paul Edwards next to me. Paul, what an afternoon for the Breaks.
Unbelievable, mate. Just unbelievable. I didn't give us a chance today, I'm being totally honest with you. But to a man, we've been superb. You know, Telford didn't have their best game of this season, but they had an awful lot of chances. And we've just, to a man, we've been, like I say, we've been absolutely superb. Defended like Trojans, like we do. That's how Paul Holleran builds his teams, on defence. You know, best defensive record in the league this season. We had one of the best defensive records last season and we got relegated, you know. It's how he's always built his teams. And I think that's seen us through today, hasn't it? We got that goal when we got our one true clear opening. We took it and we've just defended for our lives, and yeah, unbelievable, mate.
Well, we're going to leave you here on Breaks Live FM. We're going to go and join in the celebrations as well. Thank you to everyone who has joined us throughout the season. Myself and Craig really appreciate it. Everyone who's joined us on co-commentary, thank you to all of you. Leave comments in the chat as well, either in here or on social media. But this season has been delightful, and it's ended with a playoff final win for Leamington. We're going to leave you this afternoon. You enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. We'll see you next season. We'll see you in the National League North.
Get in there, them rights. Skipper! The brakes are going up. Good time! Go on, Ronan. Get your beer
Callum, how was that out there for you, for your first season back as well?
I've got no words really. The game was really a blur. We scored and then we defended like we have done all year. We got bodies on the line, we got blocks in, we stopped crosses, and we just forced them into making bad decisions, and then we got the job done in the end.
You got the Golden Glove this season. You've got another clean sheet today. How important were those clean sheets and the defence in all of Leamington they've achieved this year?
It's what we've built off. We've done it for years now. Even when I first came in, it was be solid defensively and then the chances will come. And it works. It's worked all year. You've got Theo, Rob, Laney before his injury. Them centre-halves, they'll put the bodies on line and anything. Then you've got your full-backs who'll stop any cross. Dan Meredith doesn't stop running. But I can't fault him enough. So it's been incredible.
That second half as well, in front of the Telford fans. It was a very away fan, well, a very home fan heavy here. How was that for you?
Oh, it's enjoyable. You know what you're going to get from them, so it's good banter really. I'm used to it now, but it's one of them things in football. As a goalkeeper, you've got to be thick-skinned. If you're not, you're gonna just make mistakes. So I've just lost for words. It's incredible. So. And
then next season, National League North. Probably a bit away to think about at the minute, but what's your thoughts going into that now? Oh,
it's one of them. We know with this group that if we put our minds to it, we can do well. We won't just be settling for just staying above the relegation zone. We'll be trying to push higher and build from what we've done this year. So it's been spot on.
Adam, congratulations there for the win. Your thoughts on today's game against your old team, Telford?
Yeah, it was a tough game because it was always going to be a tough game playing a playoff final at their home ground. But to be honest, I thought we thoroughly deserved it. We came here a few weeks ago and we probably didn't really show a real account of ourselves. But we had a real go today from everyone from the bench all the way up to the starting 11. We were immense today and thoroughly deserved the win.
How proud of you of the lads out there, because there was a lot of 9 and 10 performances, especially coming towards the end of the season where we've had quite a few hard games. You must be extremely proud.
Oh, so proud of the boys. The thing is, when I said before the game, that changing room is full of people that are friends now. We've got such a togetherness, and you can see that on the pitch. We fight for each other, and when people write us off, which they have all year, we've come back fighting, and we've proved it today.
Then going into next season now, National League North, we know what it's about. We were there last year. What's your thoughts going into that season?
Yeah, I mean, we'll enjoy tonight first, and then we'll start planning for next year. But luckily, we've got such a good gaffer and a team around him that know the level and know what to expect. So it'll be difficult, but like I said, we have togetherness and we'll compete wherever we have to, and we'll do all right.
Paul, where do we start with that performance? You said on Wednesday that you needed to be better here than you were last time. You wanted more aggression, you wanted to be more on the front foot. Pretty much covered that, didn't you, today?
We were braver. Listen, we've tinkered with the personnel. I did say at my interview after the game, I said I'm hoping that performance might, if we do come back here in the playoffs, it might, and it did help us because how the boys have executed it was excellent. These one-off games, players have just got to be steady, make good decisions. That was a good game for a playoff game because a lot of playoff games are, and we're very fortunate that we played the game here at a ground like this. It's just fun. When this place is full, it's just unbelievable. When I was interviewed after the last few weeks ago, I said, look, the best team won the game, and they did, and they were. They've been better us in both league games, but today, what we've done so many times over the years, they've executed what we wanted to do brilliantly. We're braver on the ball, with lots of legs about us. We got players the other night, who were running 15k on a Wednesday night. We've had to work really hard Saturday, go again on Wednesday, and then come here, here today. And I was just so proud of the players today. Especially when you're looking at young boys like Ewan and Callie and you joy around the place. These young people like Josh Quine are stepping up to the level, Rob Evans stepping up to the level. A lot of these players that people didn't want to sign, you know what I mean? And and you look at the old pros. The Jack Edwards is the joke. Adam Walker, the skipper, he's had a calf strain for the last 2 weeks of the season. It's just phenomenal. Dan Meredith, you could go on, couldn't you? It was just, it was what a day to bring your A game. We've turned up here and we've really brought our A game. When we're like that, we're good. And it was wonderful to on a stage like this to produce that, and No, I'm immensely proud of them all, and everyone that works with the football club. Listen, we haven't got this. This is phenomenal, and there's other clubs, but what we have got is a lot of dedicated, driven people, and who support their football club and put the hard yards in for the football club. And it's an honour for me to be able to give them a day like this. Because this has been hard work getting here this year. There's a lot going on this year, which has been difficult for me to manage and sort out. But we got there. And the key thing, I think possibly the players that have come in as the season's gone on. So bringing Callum Hawkins back to the football club was a massive plus for us. Getting Will Shorrock in the door give us a bit more. Getting Dev back in the door, and then the big one, to be fair, Rob Evans. When you're losing centre halves like we have this year. We all knew what a good player Rob was, and I just think the running, how many games has he done, 10, 15 games or whatever, it's just been phenomenal, and I'm pleased for him as well, because sometimes these players go under the radar. For him to have the experience playing for Leamington, have days like today, him and his family, it was great for him. So listen, it was I probably shouldn't single out people, but it was just an amazing day for us. Such a great bunch of honest kids as well, so that was great. And I probably would just mention Ewan Williams, because I just thought it was immense today. So that's really pleased me. And he's got the goal as well, which he was playing at Atherstone last season. So it's wonderful that we can keep trying to find these boys and give them opportunities. And now they'll go on to a stage now that will really propel them, if they can perform. So. Yep, so lots of work to do and lots to look forward to. So I'll have to get the postcode of a few Scunthorpe and a few other grounds now. So it'd be nice, it'd be lovely for everybody, really. I've got to be honest, I think we probably needed that this season. I think when you're a small club in that league, it sucks the life out of you. We've got a model where we keep losing our sort of best young players, which is difficult to manage that, but that's what we do. I thought this year it's give us a chance to regroup a bit. The fans got more engaged because you're winning more football matches, easier for fans to get to games. So it's been good for us. And listen, people close to me know that I'm not sure I want to go back in there, but listen, for different reasons, obviously financially, but something when it push comes, you'll never take that competitive edge out of me. And once we wanted to make the playoffs, then wanted to get the job done, and I'm just so pleased with today's performance, really am. So I'm pleased on a big stage that we've come and delivered. So delighted.
You mentioned on Wednesday as well, you've done a lot of these playoffs. How vital is that experience coming to a ground like Telford, where the fan was very hostile, because it was a lot of Telford fans today? Yeah. How did that help you and the team?
I think, life's about experience, and listen, I'm still relatively young for a manager, but it's about learning and and all the experiences I've gone through. Hopefully that's helping, and some of the experienced players. And it's massively just to play the game, not the occasion, and don't get sucked into things and don't get involved with things. And just be totally focused on what you've got to do. And the bottom line is, it's really quite simple. If you take everything away, if you've got these players doing well what they can control. And something, on stats, every time we've outrun a team this year, we've beat them. So sometimes you go, well, if we can all just do the simple, we're not looking for any jackpot balls, not looking for any lottery decisions, we're just looking for a good, steady performances. And if you can outrun your opposite number, believe it or not, the stats will back it up, you tend to win games. And I'm sure when we look at the stats, we've outran them as well today. No, wonderful. And listen, there's a bit of luck in playoffs. That's the way it works. We're probably quite fortunate on Wednesday, I thought, to be honest, especially that spell Redditch had. But sometimes you earn your bit of luck, don't you? And God, these players, they've earned it this year. They've been wow. And listen, probably not going to go out and outscore teams left, right, and centre. We haven't quite got that firepower, but what you can control is being structured, hard work, being disciplined, being good in both boxes. You can control that. And when you look at the amount of clean sheets we've kept, the amount of goals we've conceded, that tells you that. And that starts with your number 9. So when you're number 9, for instance, Callie the other night running 15k. So when people talk about defensive blocks, when you're looking up and you're seeing that sets the tone for everybody else. And then having the experience of the players we've got has been wonderful. So, wonderful.
And then the final thoughts, something not to think about just yet, but National League North, Leamington are going back there. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously excitement, of course, because some of there's no clubs in there again. So it's a different kind of whatever. Listen, don't want to think too much about it because I won't sleep tonight. But listen, there's some new young players there. So listen, it'll be Kitty are back in it, aren't they? And Brackley is still in it, and Rushall. It'll be wonderful. It'll be wonderful again to have another go at it, really. And be opportunities then for one or two other young players in the area, or whatever, possibly. And it'd be great for some of those boys that have done really well this year, who've never experienced the National League. It'd be great for them to go and play in that league, because it's a phenomenal league. And I loved every minute of being in there, even though it was tough. But so go and give it a good go like we always do.